You have 30 boost, 40 boost. You want to be mechanical. You want to control the ball. Right? We're not going to, like, if you want to be a bully and be annoying, it's go. And it's recover quickly, track some pads, push for a demo, and cut. That's a bully. But if we want to control, we see this. Track your pads like you did. Fake. Boost. You're going to have to play shadow defense. They're either going to throw the ball away and you get control, or you're going to have to play defense and get control or pass to a teammate. Defense doesn't always lead into control. But it's impossible. I don't want to say impossible, but for Grand Champ, for this replay, for this situation, it is impossible to control the ball right here if you're 40 boost. At a higher level, it's soft touch, recover on the wall dash to get speed, play the rebound off the corner. Like, there are ways to control these situations, but for your level, it's like traditional, fake, shadow, control boost, track your pads, position. All right, you will. See, what's going to be interesting is if we get control right now. The unfortunate truth, man, I can't help you with mentality. I would be lying if I said I could. Like, I'm talking to a name in a Twitch chat, and I'm seeing a car move around the field. The only one who could help you with mentality is yourself. That's just what it comes down to, and my only advice to you is I'd be a little bit nicer to yourself. You sound like very, very critical, which all competitors are very critical, but I don't think there's been a message that you've sent in Twitch chat or in the submission context where you said you were proud of something. Let's start there, and how about you like recognize what you're getting good at and start being a little bit nicer to yourself. So we are about to look at Grand Champ 1. Not very good at anything. Technique and mechanics are sloppy and inconsistent. I feel panicky. I mean, I'll take a look. Like, I've tried to communicate to you a lot of the stuff that you're saying about yourself isn't that. Like, that is something that people think they're making a mistake here, but that's actually not the case. And again, that's my read on the situation. But I mean, I will let you know if you look panicky, if your mechanics are breaking down, and we'll try to solve that. So this will be mid Grand Champ 1. Nice try. Good. Like, this is what I mean. Couple times you forced mechanics. You're forcing mechanics here where you make this cut on the ball, and like, this just isn't the moment to go for reset. So like, we're kind of forcing mechanics right here, and it's, you know, mechanics break down when you try to force mechanics when you're not doing them in a good place. But then you do this, and it's like, yeah, resets can always get better. First touch can always get better, but you just beat 2 players. I mean, take it how you want, man. I am by no means a cheerleader when it comes to coaching. Like, I will directly assess where you're having problems in the game, but just based on all the experiences I've had with you, don't be so hard on yourself. Play the game, have fun. If you flip reset over 2 players, I would not characterize a replay as mechanics breaking down. Yeah, they could always get better, but I will try to provide you with some of the bigger problems. And also, I would never focus on mechanics. Mechanics are a pillar in this game, but it is never, hey, go get better mechanics. Mechanics is something you always have to train. No major, I mean, a couple times we forced ball control, but nothing is bugging me too much. Nice try. We're forcing a position and we're forcing mechanics a couple times. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Where, like, we're 0 boost. I know it's awkward to track pads, play a little bit deeper, and be 40-50 boost out of the play, but it's also awkward to be 0 boost in the play, playing super, super aggressively. That's happened a couple times. I would even say it kind of happens here. We have the boost, but you are there's not a lot you could do. Like, if you're positioning right here, you're playing for this ball to rebound, and hopefully it doesn't rebound hard enough that you could aerial for it, or you're playing for a pass mid. And yeah, those are options, but like, we're playing very, very close. And if you want to improve your mechanics, like, if you want to improve your mechanics, you need to be right here. Like, if you're an aggressive, ball chasey, ego challenge, dive challenge player, which is not the vibe I get from you, then you're here. And you're bullying and stealing a boost and cutting like you did. This is a bully play style. Mechanical players play deep. They play second man here. They let their teammates do their thing, hopefully create some offense that they can control off of. They play defense to get control up the field. So I'm going to show one more. I think there was one more where we're just playing pretty close. There might not have been. I even feel like we're forcing this. This is like just forcing a touch. Like, literally just track pads, play some defense. Like, there's tons of options in this play, but like, I don't know what that does. It sets up a teammate. I don't know. I get this like positioning vibe, which may be why your mechanics don't feel as clean. Right? Like, there's, now we're 14 boost. Now we're playing for this. And it's like, kind of leave the play, cycle out, play deep. I don't know what to do with that yet. But if you want to improve your mechanics, then it's be 100 boost right here. It's play intentional defense and control up the field. And it's let your teammates do something. It's let the opponents do something, pick up the touch, or play some shadow defense and control off their plays. If you want to be an aggressive, ball chasey, bully style player, you're playing close, you're picking up 50s, you're shooting, you're demoing, you're stealing boost, you're cutting, you're playing crazy. So right now, with the types of mechanics you're going for, your position doesn't sync up with the play. Good. Good. Works. I still feel like, I don't know. I always got the vibe that you were more of a control player. Yet we play so close. You know, like it's go to backboard, it's go goal line, go back post. Because like you could play in position how you're playing, but you need like peak mechanics, which that's a milestone. That's a goal down the line. Like, eventually you could do the same thing you're doing, and you're turning this into air dribble, you're turning this into reset, you're turning this into corner double, you're turning this into a lot of stuff other than a hit. I feel like going down a positioning route with you. And it's just, try to get this mental image. You're playing goal line, you're shadowing, you're playing backboard, you're playing defense, and now you get open space to be mechanical. And it's a lot more, like, I'll try to show examples for you, but as a second man, play right here as a second man. It's less of play right here to pick up your teammate's touch to shoot. It's more of right here, right here. Shadow, goal line, backboard, control boost, and focus all of your mechanics up the field rather than focusing your mechanics right here. Try to be mechanical up the field. And it's more so shifting your positioning. And I'll try to talk through this for you. And then we'll see what happens. Because, dude, Tervain, you are learning the game. I'm not trying to downplay your skill, your rank, your level. If you're in SSL, you are still learning the game. There are so many levels to Rocket League, and I would not like put like really tight restrictions on yourself regarding play style, regarding what you want to be doing. Be loose, be adaptable, and we're just going to see what happens. I want to go straight with positioning, and you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. And we'll see what happens. Maybe we work through it. Maybe we don't. And you'll figure out, like, do you want to be a bully? Do you want to be a ball chaser? Do you want to be a control player? Like, maybe there's some pros that you watch that are really, really good ball control players. Like, you have to figure out, like, you will control the ball when you're like this. But, like, when you're like this, okay, now you need to go and fake and play shadow and play goal line and play defense, but then get control. I'm not saying play all the way in your half the whole game, but you get ball control when you're deeper and when you have full boost. There are tons of ways to get ball control, but like there's layers to the skill. If you want to be a ball chaser, but you still want to be mechanical, that is very tough for grand champions. That is something that like SSL and above can build out. But I would start with playing deep, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna go hard on this with control. Okay, you have 30 boost, 40 boost. You want to be mechanical. You want to control the ball. All right, we're not gonna like if you want to be a bully and be annoying, it's go, and it's recover quickly, track some pads, push for a demo, and cut. That's a bully. But if we want to control, we see this. Track your pads like you did. Fake. Boost. You're going to have to play shadow defense. They're either going to throw the ball away and you get control, or you're going to have to play defense and get control or pass to a teammate. Defense doesn't always lead into control. But it's impossible. I don't want to say impossible, but for Grand Champ, for this replay, for this situation, it is impossible to control the ball right here if you're 40 boost. At a higher level, it's soft touch, recover on the wall dash to get speed, play the rebound off the corner. Like, there are ways to control these situations, but for your level, it's like traditional, fake, shadow, control boost, track your pads, position. All right, you will. See, what's going to be interesting is if we get control right now. You will get control right now if you fake and you play shadow when you play off their mistake. Fake. Deal with it. Fine. Like those situations, I want you to get better at. I'm not going to break that down because that is like an extreme situation. But like you're going to get better at playing this. Where maybe you just send it and try to 50 it up the wall to air dribble. That's a control option, a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you fake. 50, ground it, push it up the wall. Another control option, 50, back here, control up the wall. So like a lot of this is 50-50 quality and being able to bait. Or, this is where it gets tough, fake on the backboard. And then if this dude was here, he's going to throw the ball away. If he was right here and he lines up to take a shot, you save it off the backboard, you save it on the goal line, and you control up the wall. Hypotheticals, right? But it's hard, man. The reoccurring theme as to why I wouldn't say your mechs are sloppy. I would say you're not getting opportunity. It's because every time you get a play on the ball, you're low boost, or you're picking up a teammate's touch, or it's both. It is hard to be mechanical right here when you have no boost. And you could say, oh, let's play this on the ground. If you played that on the ground, you're getting demoed. So, like, it's not that your mechs are sloppy. It's the opportunity, the setup associated with them. So all we're going to do is position a little bit deeper as a second man. Play more intentional defense like you would in ones. And see what happens. Right? Like every time we play the ball, like we're going for the ball. We're just challenging. We're just 50ing. More intentional defense. I'm telling you. Where we fix this play by playing in the goal. Playing not necessarily a back post, but playing on the goal line. Not being in no man's land. Because you can't... Bro, if you were right here, little touch up the wall. Even through boost up the wall. But because you're out of position, you can't be mechanical. And then, okay, we see that happen, and it's stay on the goal line. You could also do that. Like, staying on the goal line is risky because then you have to, like, make a quick reaction save. But every time, like, you go to play the ball, you're out of position, mostly too close to the play or low boost. And that's why mechanics feel sloppy. See, look how funny that is, right? Look how funny this is. It's off kickoff, so it's artificially created. You have 100 boost on the wall, and you're in the corner, which is tough to be mechanical, but no one's on you. So you could say you were in a good position to play the ball, but you have space, you have 100 boost, and your mechanics look better, right? I would rather every single play to look like that. Not always air dribble, not always reset, not always corner, but you can't be mechanical when you just attack. So what would you do? You just fake. Fake. Maybe control this boost. This dude throws the ball away. Up the wall. Up the midfield. Right? We're just... See what happens. Mostly shifting position. Little bit of intentional defense. And we're just going to see what happens, how you like it. Either work through problems or work in a different direction. But I just want you to know it is much harder to be mechanical if most of your challenges are picking up 50s, picking up a teammate, or diving the ball. That is a tough group of things. Like, that's a bully. That's a ball chaser. That's an attacker. That's a ball chaser. I don't say ball chaser in a negative sense. But you're going to be mechanical when you position. Wow, like, coincidentally, you have open time and space to be mechanical. So, it's more so we want to shift the setups. You can't be mechanical when you're close. And, like, you still turn it into mechanics, but, like, what I want you to look at is what you did was tough. Not undoable, but tough, right? Like, you're close. In a lot of these moments, you were low boost before, but you're close. You have 100. You fake, you turn, you pop. So, like, you get your setup to be mechanical, but you have no space to be mechanical. That's why I'm saying, like, play your defense, play a little bit deeper so that you either have space up the field or space right here to be mechanical. Like, you could say that, wow, mechanics are sloppy, mechanics are breaking down. You just didn't have any space to air dribble reset right there. And you're going to be put in situations like that. So it could be an indirect way to help with defensive stuff. But all in all, dude, I would what I would take from this is deeper second man, fake challenges, shadow defense, goal line defense, backboard defense, more so intentional defensive elements, and really try to be mechanical up the field. And if you're behind the midfield line, when you have that space and when you have the boost, and if you try that, you'll play more defense. It might open up mistakes. We could work through that. Or you'll try that and say you hate that and you'd rather dive the ball, and we could work through that. I would personally go for the former with focusing on control, because you could always work in aggressive elements later. We'll leave it there. And on the mental side of things, dude, you got to be nice to yourself, man. I know it's hard. Dude, I competed at a very, 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 very high level in this game. I coached at a very, 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 very high level in this game. Right? Like 1 out of 100 people, 1 out of 50 people. And all my peers got where they are because they're critical on themselves. But the one thing I noticed is that they knew how to have fun. And they knew how to let loose. And they knew how to take certain situations not so serious. Like some of the best RLCS gameplay I've ever coached was when my team was fooling around and having fun.